Hi, Hi, Alexa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good for money. I can't complain. And now with the downtime due to the global pandemic, and you guys aren't doing live shows, what does Alexa Bliss do on Easter?
Well, we went to me and my friends, we had a little, socially distant, cookout. It was like five of us.
Okay.
We cooked out, which was nice, just to get some fresh air, because we'd all been stuck inside for literally ever. And I just been hanging out with my animals mostly. I don't get to spend a lot of time at home, so it's been nice to hang out with my animals. My pig is loving the attention. He is just soaking it all up. And been catching up on Netflix shows and everything that there is to catch up on. It's been very refreshing, especially because we travel about 280 days a year. So when you're able to be home for more than a day at a time, it's actually quite freeing.
Wait, how do you have a pig? This is very amazing.
So I have a pig. His name is Larry Steve. He's very demanding. He's like like having a child in their terrible twos 24/7. But he's also very sweet and very lovable. My aunt lives with me, so whenever I'm on the road, there's always someone here. And he has his own room in the house. He has his own bedroom. He's very spoiled, actually. I just painted his toenails yesterday, and now he's strutting around thinking he's like, hot commodity. But
Huh.
he runs the household, and he knows it.
So definitely a child. I got two children, and one is 3.5, and another one is 10 months. I understand where you're coming from in that essence, except for the whole painting nails. I didn't know you could paint nails on pigs. That's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I use like the water based stuff, and I just
Okay.
like painted one of his toenails. He liked it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But he throws temper tantrums sometimes, and he'll go from like point A to Z real quick in his temper tantrums to the point where he'll like try to flip furniture and stuff. But he's something. But I love him to death.
That is amazing, and part of the reason, the main reason we are talking today is fight like a girl. You were a part of it to where people that don't know it helps. A wrestler helps a young woman overcome a personal issue and to grow into a stronger individual. When you were presented with this opportunity, what were your initial thoughts?
Um, I was very excited because I feel like this is what I got into. Not got into WWE for. I got into it because I really wanted to perform and had like a big amount of respect for the business. But the outreach that it gets and the platform that we are able to do these kind of things is a huge reason. And I that was the main reason why I even told anyone about my eating disorder when I did. I think it was ESPN or
Yeah.
SportsCenter. Um, that was why I even first spoke about having eating disorders, was that it could potentially help someone else going through the same thing. And now that I actually get that opportunity, it made it 100% worth it. And I was very excited to start this whole process. And then it was a very emotional process. It was a very real process. And I have a lot of respect for every girl that went through it. And I'm glad to see that everyone came out, you know, more confident and overall better.
You know, was it easier for you? And I don't know about the other women on the roster, and I've read about stuff you've had to overcome, and because of that, did it make it easier for you to be able to relate, just because of things you had to go through in your when you were younger?
Absolutely. It was crazy too because whatever we would talk about, it was almost like I was sitting talking to my 19-year-old self. Um, and it was crazy, the stuff she was saying and her mentality and how she would react and just answer questions. It made me feel like I was looking in a mirror, but to me when I was 19. So I even told her when the cameras were off, and I said, look, I know whatever I say, I told her, I was like, whatever I say, you're not going to believe unless you want to get better. Because I said that was my issue. People would tell me all the time that they want to help me, and people would offer advice and help, and I acted like I wanted help, but deep down, I didn't want to get better yet. And I I told her, I said, you're not going to get better until you want to get better. So I asked her off camera, I was like, do you actually want to get better? And she said yes. And she promised me that she would get better and that she would try and that she would take the advice. And because a lot of people with any kind of disorder, I found myself doing it when I was younger. We would lie about what we'd eat or how much we were working out. And so I kind of had that real moment with her when the cameras were off. And then so when I saw the reveal, I lost it. I was crying, and I'm not an emotional person by any means. I can watch movies all day that have sad endings, and I just don't cry. Like, my friends always make fun of me. They're like, oh, you have, coal for heart. But, but when I saw her come out, I just lost it. I started crying, and I was just so proud of her. I think it's because, like, I've been through it, and I've felt that moment, and I know exactly how she's feeling. And to feel good about yourself and to have that confidence after being so hard on yourself for so long and just having this disorder. And I cried. I was so happy for her. And then it was like maybe like a week to 2 weeks ago, I messaged her on Instagram, checking in, seeing how she's doing. She says she's still doing really well, so I'm really proud of her.
You didn't even cry during The Notebook? My wife doesn't cry during movies either, but The Notebook was the one movie that got her.
I didn't cry.
Wow.
I actually,
That's
I did cry.
Wow.
I cried. I know the one movie I did cry on. It was My Sister's Keeper.
Yes.
That one. She said, when you look back when she said when I was on the bus, you look back, you always see me there. She goes, now you can do that too. Oh, I lost it.
Oh, don't cry right now. Let's.
No, I lost it during that moment. Lost my crap. Lost it. But and that was when I was like 15. Okay. So I was very hormonal. So I'll just
you've been in the news the last few days. Not just for this, but you've been making some news with everything going on with Ronda Rousey, and you posted from the little short snippet of your documentary on the WWE Network, which was a must-watch for anyone that hasn't seen it, by the way. And how offensive did you take the comments made by Ronda? Because not only did she really offend the wrestling fans, but she really offended, at least to me and to some other people, a lot of the females that are currently on the roster busting their butts and traveling to towns year after year.
Here's the thing. I just want to start off by saying I have a lot of respect for Ronda. I like Ronda. I do. We get along great. But, I just said this already, and I'll say it again. I don't like when people use the F word, when people say fake, because what we do is not fake. And, she's accomplished a lot in MMA, and she came into our business, and everyone was more than accommodating, more than wanting to see her succeed. And, it's kind of that thing where it's like, this is a two-person thing. Every match that we have, you're only as good as the person that you're in the ring with. And the fact that, she called it fake, that could be her opinion on it. But, it's offensive to everyone that has had injuries, and, myself included, because, I'd gone in the company 6 years without having a single injury. And then I ended up having a whole documentary based on multiple concussions that I wasn't even sure I was going to be cleared to ever be in the ring again. And so kind of when, someone does that, it's offensive. And, it's kind of offensive to the girls that have worked their butt off. Like you said, like we all want to see each other succeed. And when Ronda was here, we wanted to see her succeed. And we were more than accommodating with, putting the matches together and making sure that, she had her moment, because she's a star. She is a star, and we always wanted to make sure that we highlighted that. And, my whole thing is if you're not going to be the star in the company, you're going to want to work with the star in the company, because that means you're getting that opportunity as well. And so I wanted to work with Ronda. I had a great time working with Ronda. And if she comes back to WWE, that would be amazing. I'm sure we will all work with her again, and it would be the same. Just ask her to limit the use of the F word.
Would that be a point if she does return? Would that be a point of you sitting down with her and having, either it's you and a bunch of other people or you yourself, having a conversation with her and being like, hey, there's words to use and words not to use, and that is not one of them?
I Probably. I don't know. I don't know unless that happens. But, like I said, I have a lot of respect for Ronda. She's done a lot, and she did an amazing job in WWE. Just kind of, we respected her business, and we made sure that we, catered the matches to her style, and so we didn't disrespect her style. So, just for the people that helped you along the way, like, don't disrespect us in our business. That's all.
How did she help you? Because you had a couple matches with her, and did she help you at all or help grow you at all as a performer inside and outside the ring at all?
Absolutely. I feel like anybody that I work with helps me in some way, shape, or form. We're all working with Asuka, her Japanese style of wrestling, working with Ronda, her MMA style. It's very helpful because it makes you a better all-around performer. So I liked working with Ronda because she allowed my brain to think about our matches in a completely different light, in a different way, and like, how do we mesh these two styles together and come up with a story that everyone's going to enjoy? And so I enjoyed working with Ronda. I did. I enjoy working with Asuka. I enjoy working with anyone that has a different kind of background, because if we can adapt to your background and you can like mesh the two, because my background is very gymnasty. So when I have matches with anyone from any other kind of style, I think it's very helpful for me as a performer because it just makes you an all-around better performer.
And two more questions, Alexa, and thank you so much for the time today. It's really appreciated. And talking about the styles, what's your favorite style to work?
Well, to be honest, I really like working as a bad guy. I know that's not what you're asking me, but I really like working as a bad guy because it's so fun. But I really liked working in Japan and against Asuka. We had a match. I believe it was me, Asuka, and Becky. Was it Kyrie too? Or maybe it was a triple threat. But it was so fun because we got to adapt to the different styles with the different crowds. And I really liked working in Japan and that working with Asuka and her Japanese style, and it was a lot of fun, and that's why Nikki and I have so much fun working the Kabuki Warriors, because their style is so different, and it's fun to play with it, and Kyrie's really fun, and she really always wants to do a character moment. That's why we always have like a little Gaga like spot, and it's always fun, and we really enjoy working with people with different styles, and I'd have to say that's my favorite because I really love working with Kabuki Warriors. They are a lot of fun, and they work their butts off, and so I'm really honored that we've been able to have a WrestleMania match with them, plus the match we just had at SmackDown, and it's always a great opportunity to work with them.
And we'll end with this, and why should fans watch Fight Like a Girl?
They should watch Fight Like a Girl because it is real. It is inspiring, it is hard-hitting, and it is motivating, and it is these women with these real issues and these real things that they want to deal with, and the fact that we get to be a tiny part of helping them succeed and become better people at the end of it and feel better about themselves. I think it's really important for women to watch, men to watch, and especially maybe teenagers, because it's the same kind of issues that a lot of teenagers may face today.
Alexa, this has definitely been a pleasure. Thank you for the time today. It really means a lot. The show is great. It's fantastic. Congratulations on becoming, once again, part of the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions with Nikki Cross, and we look forward to seeing you on SmackDown.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.